The NFL Today on CBS Sports is presented by Southwest Airlines. Low fares, no hidden fees. That's transparency.
And welcome back to the NFL Today. Right now, the Texans and the Colts are getting set for their matchup. And as we approach kickoff, we send you out live to Indianapolis with our announcers, Tom McCarthy, Steve Berline, and Steve Tasker.
The NFL is a 12-month business. Well, one of the big pieces to that business comes to a close today here at Indianapolis. It's the final regular season game of the year between the Texans and the Indianapolis Colts. Hi, everybody. I'm Tom McCarthy. I'll be joined by Steve Tasker and Steve Berline in just a little bit. Happy New Year, everyone. Well, for both of these teams, if you walk into their complex and if you say the two words injured reserve, they may come out wide-eyed because they have been a banged-up crew. The Texans in particular, J.J. Watt fractured his leg back on week number 5. That was a huge loss for them. Same week, Whitney Merciless, who had been outstanding in the linebacking corps, he goes down with a torn pec. Deshaun Watson, the Texans had the best offense under Watson before his injury. Then Tom Savage suffered a concussion. And now this week, DeAndre Hopkins is inactive because of a lingering calf injury. Look at some of the numbers that DeAndre Hopkins has put up so far this year. The receiving touchdowns, 13 is tops in the National Football League, but in the top 5 and in a number of amazing categories. Joined now by Steve Tasker. Obviously, this is a Texans team that had great expectations after going 3-3.
And rightfully so. They had the #1 offense, as you said, through week 9, and then they also had a top 5 defense, and then the injuries hit, and it's finished so poorly that there have been rumors about Bill O'Brien being on the hot seat. No way. They were playing too well with all their pieces not to bring him back and finish this and get it turned around. There may be some changes above him, but Bill O'Brien's going to be in Houston.
Well, he hopes he has J.J. Watt back healthy, Deshaun Watson healthy, but he also hopes that Watt can combine with Jadeveon Clowney.
Well, for a lot of defensive ends in the NFL, it's all about sacks. Well, Jadeveon Clowney is great because he does it all. He does get sacks, but he also stops in the run. He gets a lot of tackles for losses. He splits double teams and does get sacks. You have to do that when you're a great one because you're always double teamed. The guy just doesn't give up. He's an absolute force, and he'll be the focal point for the Colts offense today.
All right, obviously, these last couple of weeks, we've heard about Chuck Pagano, Steve Berline being on the hot seat here in Indianapolis.
Yeah, I think it's pretty much a foregone conclusion that Chuck Pagano won't be here. I think he's even resigned to that fact. You look at what he's been through, though. 31 players on injured reserve, led by his all-world quarterback, Andrew Luck, who has not played it down this season. He will be back next year, but that doesn't help Chuck Pagano. The bottom line is it's tough to win without your starting quarterback.
They did get a nice fill-in, though, in Jacoby Brissett, who continues to evolve as potentially a good backup quarterback.
Well, when you look at what Jacoby Brissett has done in his 15 starts, he got here just before the Week 1 game, started Week 2 from that point. He has provided leadership, and he's gotten better. He has done a super job. And number 1, he understands who his primary target has to be. They hooked up Week 9 T.Y. Hilton and Jacoby Brissett for 175 yards, 2 touchdowns. Jacoby Brissett knows if they're going to have any explosive plays today, it's going to come from getting the football to T.Y. Hilton.
Time to do Project Smarter, presented by Home Depot. Well, last week, with Alfred Blue running the way he was running, they were smart to continue to give him the football. 108 yards. He's a great combo back with Lamar Miller. And how about Frank Gore? How smart has Frank Gore been during his career? Well, he's in the top 5 in rushing yards in the National Football League. He knows that 139 yards will get him to 1,000 for the season. All right, let's do the keys. Let's begin, Steve Tasker, with the Texans.
Well, at one point in the last few weeks, every quarterback eligible to play for the Texans has been concussed. They've got to protect the quarterback. They're second in the league at giving up sacks.
Well, you think they got it bad. Who do you think's the worst in the NFL? 55 sacks, most in the league. Whichever team protects the quarterback best today, I believe that team will win the game.
Well, there have been years that we've been in Indianapolis in the final game of the season, and it meant a battle for the top spot in the division. Well, today, it's a battle to stay out of the basement. We'll see which team can do that when we return to Indy after this.